Everyone trickling in right now. We are streaming live on Facebook. What's up to everyone on Facebook and YouTube, whether in the current or in the future? We are your past. This is the Thursday night online open mic presented by the New Eurekan Poets Cafe. Excuse me, Cafe. And unfortunately, tonight, La Bruja is under the weather. She will be back next week, though. I think she's actually doing something tomorrow, too. So hopefully she's going to be healthy enough for that. But yes, Thursday night. On Thursday night, we do things a little different than Monday night. On Thursday night, we get to hear some singing. So I know Catman Bill is on the open mic list. I'm excited to hear him. I know we do some comedy. And I know that Karen, who I haven't heard in a while, Karen Schlesinger, I hope I'm saying her last name right. She's going to be on bringing us some comedy and, of course, the poetry, which the New Eurekan Poets Cafe is well known for. So while we have people starting to trickle in, everyone can open up the chat and they can see that I just put in the open mic list. There were two changes. Nisa had to leave, couldn't do the open mic list today. And also Ron Mark Thompson had to bow out. Although I see him come into the room today. So what's up with Ron? He's got a later engagement that he's going to have to get to. So I know for me, there are some names I'm not familiar with, but I know that we are going to hear tonight. One that I might just see is Selena Tibbert. I hope I'm saying your name right. I have no idea who you are, but that's awesome. So I'm excited to hear your work because there are a lot of people here in the community that return. Like I do not know Anthony Missiano. I hope I'm saying your name right. Oh, I am. Okay. They shrugged like maybe you don't know me. I thought maybe I said the name wrong. So gonna get to hear Anthony got bumped up. So that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. So with that being said, we're going to try to keep in tradition of what Thursday night does. And in the beginning, La Bruja likes to get everyone riled up. Also, if you would like to change your name at this point, like to put your social media handle, you most certainly can. I just gave the option. So, also shout out to Chris Lopez for getting the puppy started for us. I appreciate you as always, brother. Thank you. So yes. So in the beginning, La Bruja likes to start off class by letting everyone run wild. So I am about to ask you to unmute yourselves, and I ask that you be obnoxious and let's have a competition of who can get their neighbors to call the cops first. So there we go. Oh, hold on. And unmute yourselves and make some noise.
Everybody.
Loud.
Woo! Okay, so I figure in about 10 to 20 minutes from now, I am going to be seeing who is falling off of the Zoom call. I am excited. Okay, so got more people jumping in right here. So I did prepare for this a little bit because I got told like in 2 hours in advance. So I did prepare a little something. As those of you who are familiar, I like to do this on the Monday night online open mic. So this is the Thursday night online open mic presented by the New Eurekan Poets Cafe. Those of you who are watching us on Facebook and YouTube, because it is being recorded on our Facebook and YouTube, you can join us. The numbers in the bottom left-hand screen, 977-539-856. Again, 977-539-856. Every Thursday night, we do the online open mic, but it is hosted by La Bruja. You can follow her at La Bruja NYC, and I am filling in for her. I am Advocate of Words. You can follow me at Advocate of Words, and when you spell words, that's with a Z at the end, because, you know, poetic license and all that stuff. So with that being said, let us get to the open mic. And first off, we have DG clearing. Psych! We have Amanda Villanueva. Let me unmute her. I don't know, man. She just like bullied DG. He used to start off all of our open mics, and Amanda's like, nope, there's a new sheriff in town.
I promise there was no bullying in the making of this performance. Withdrawn thinks that I'm out here scamming people. Like, give me your spot. It ain't even that serious. But
Go ahead, Amanda. Let the people know where we can find you, and then do what you do.
You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Medium, Amanda Ashley Villanueva. I have a really short piece today, so I'll get through it and then we can carry on. This piece is called A Tropical Storm Walks into a Bodega. When you've been born from the jaw of a storm, you ride dick and never get seasick. Never have to dumb shit down for this South Street chick, exchanging verses with grimy grit, since we hood babies with no fugazi shit. No pretending to be something we ain't. And it's true, that black Boricua dick had me faint. Especially after breaking arms and laughing after asking to sign the cast. I was told if you let a dog roam, then she bound to come home. Y papi, tú sabes que yo soy tu perra favorita, tu negrita linda. This poem feels like new pussy. Stupid, gushy. Got you pulling up to your girl's crib like, yo, babe, you got some peaches? Because that's how much you miss it. Drink rum punch till my name slipped through the crack of your tongue. The sloppiest kind of fun. We wanted this on the hush hush, but this ain't LL, and these niggas dumb, but they still know what's up. This gossip, we lay back and watch it make a comic out of your most respected teachers. It's still stormy season, no matter what team I'm on. Foul play is my first name on days I don't give a fuck what shape your heart take. Maybe Heartless was written about me. Maybe I'll tell you to fuck me to it. Maybe this playlist is a soundtrack to a pure pact between bodies that can actually handle each other. Maybe we both hate being smothered, but there will never be one verse too many. Maybe I'll always hurt on the way down, and that's exactly why you keep me around. Maybe not locking the door so our friends could watch was the better idea. Maybe I'll wake up and curse the day you said you read my poem like 48 times, while still wishing it was 49. Maybe you'll be laying under every rhyme and neath my bloodstream. Maybe we'll get tired of the maybes. When a tropical storm walks into a bodega, she will want whatever the wild card is drinking. She will blurt this without thinking, but she will get her way, as always. Thank you.
Amanda Villanueva. Now you know why I call her Orca, right? Killer with a smile, such a beautiful smile, but them teeth are sharp, man. She will cut you with a compliment. Woo! I love it, man. And then I was picturing too, like a storm walking into a bodega. And all I kept thinking was, that's not fair. That's not fair. One more time, Amanda, let the people know where they can find you online. You what? Oh, you got muted? Hold up. How did you get muted? Oh, you may have muted yourself. That's why. Let me unmute the
first time I muted myself early, you called me a rookie and I cursed you out for it. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and Medium, Amanda Ashley Villanueva. Honored to open this space and cause some havoc as always. Yeah, love you guys.
Thank you, Amanda. Love having Amanda on and her energy. I know a lot of people don't know what to do with it. Good. Welcome to the New Eureka Poetry Cafe's online open mics. All right, let's keep moving forward. Mr. Tessasomo is next. Welcome to our TES Talk with Mr. Tessasomo. Go ahead, brother. The floor is yours.
Mr. Advocate. You hear me?
Yeah, you sound good, brother. The floor is yours. Like in the hair, by the way. Ooh, I'm noticing the hair. Looking good, looking good.
Getting old. All right. This piece is titled Critical Smirk Theory. Philosophy Philosophy is the practice of creating concepts. Critical theory at its most abstract begins as a formal negation. It selects an ideological premise and then enters its object. We must consider cultural forms, be critical in the logic and cultural meanings of the ideas expressed by its adherents. How do we contextualize the specific cultural object, the white supremacist smirk, within the broader ideological basis? We must jettison the idealism, seek the idea in the real itself, find it within the historical reality, uncover its grounding, and access to uncover its emancipatory critique. In 1924, a particular sadistic grad student lured an assortment of fellow pupils, teachers, and psychology patients into a room at the University of Minnesota. Carney Landis wanted to know if certain experiences such as pain or shock always elicited the same facial expressions. He sat his subjects down in comfortable chairs, then painted lines on their faces to better see their grimaces. Over 3 hours, they were repeatedly photographed while being subjected to bizarre, unpleasant pranks, including placing fireworks under their seats and electrocuting their hands while they felt around in a bucket of slimy frogs. The climax came when he fetched a live white rat on a tray and then asked them to cut off its head with a butcher's knife. We're led to believe that those who smile are more likable, competent, approachable, friendly, and attractive. The truth is more sinister. Out of 19 different types of smiles, only 6 occur when we're happy, when we're having a good time. The rest happen when we're in pain, embarrassed, uncomfortable, horrified, or even miserable. A smile may mean contempt, anger, incredulity, that we are lying or that we've lost. When bonobo chimpanzees are afraid, they'll expose their teeth and draw their lips back so their gums are exposed, says Susanna Clay, primologist at the University of Birmingham, signaling the fear smile. The miserable smile, a stoical grin and bear it expression, an asymmetrical smile with an expression of deep sadness pasted over the top. Landis' classic study, psychologists have found this tall smirk on the faces of those watching gory films that were filmed by a hidden camera aloft. The smirk, the ever so confusing body language includes passive aggressiveness, smugness, egoism, and even pride. Smirking always on different meanings depending on instances. A smirk could be smug or arrogant. A smirk could be someone who thinks that he's better or superior to you. Smirks are usually accompanied by other dominant body language, such as raised chins, spread shoulders, and open arms. Their speaking also drips of pride. Most people with big smirks are usually narcissists with their egos get stepped on. That's the only time their body language shows smirking. You remember the boys in red hats from the 2019 Lincoln Memorial stand-up between Covington Catholic's MAGA students and the Native American activist Nathan Phillips? The headlines read, "Nick Sandman's MAGA smirk seen around the world." How about Chobins? The image of Chobins smirking while George Floyd begged for his life at the former Minneapolis police officer pressed down on his neck with one knee for more than 9 minutes. The critical smirk theory tests the postulates of our own standards of proof and accuracy, exposing the nexus of what W.E.B. Du Bois calls the personal whiteness, the quantum entanglement with social psychological identity. Entering the theory's premises and assertions are registered in certain strategic contradictions located. These contradictions are developed according to their own logic, and in the process of internal expansion, the one-sided proclamations collapse as material instances of their contradictions and are exposed naturally.
Mr. Tessa Somo, y'all can snap into your webcam so he can see you. Oh, I love it. You know, it's funny now. I'm gonna be thinking about my smile a lot, and when I smile and how I smile, all of that. It's funny because like when performing, right? Like here we are in an open mic. I know we're performing on Zoom, but hopefully everyone has or gets to experience performing in front of a microphone in front of people. You know, it's the little details that mean so much, and I so appreciated that about our TES talk from Mr. Tessasomo. Mr. One more time, let the people know where they can find you and your beautiful hair that's growing out. I'm liking the part. Yeah,
All
where can
right,
we find you?
you guys can catch me on Instagram under Gaseous 2019, and you can get my book from Amazon as Gaseous. Thank you.
Mr. Tessasomo, and he's a farmer. He's gangster, all right? Dude's not just a scholar, he's gangster, so beware. Okay, so DG Clearing was supposed to be next, but then DG Clearing wanted to give up his spot for someone on the list who hadn't read before, right? But everyone who has read before is already on the guaranteed list. So I figure because we are about to have a bunch of guys come on, I figure we would go and we will pull one of the names who's coming later, but is on the list, and that would be Selena Tibbert. And I'm picking on Selena because Selena was the first person I saw, and I'm partial to people with a brick wall in their homes or wherever they are. I love. Oh, we're gonna hear music too. Okay, Selena, let the people know. Oh, first thing, is this your first time on the Thursday night online open mic?
No, I came 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. So La Bruja sang the Pop the Cherry song, right?
No, I don't think
She
so.
didn't? Oh my God. First off, I am not going to sing it because it'll be creepy if I do it. And it's funny when she does it. So the next time that you get called up on a Thursday night, you remind her that. I never want to take that away from everyone because it's great when she does that. So
Okay.
you let her know, okay? With that
Okay.
being said, Selena, let the people know they can find you online and let's hear your music.
Yeah. You can find me Selena Tiber on Instagram or Facebook or anything, and then also on Spotify and YouTube as well if you want my music. Yeah. This is a song that I wrote. Sorry, I'm a little nervous. Yeah, I hope you guys like it. Lost in the crowd, but I'm begging to stay.
Get
you.
them fingers snapping into the webcams. Oh, Selena Tibbert. Now listen.
It's actually Tybert. Some people say it wrong all the time, but it's Tybert anyway.
You need it. The only thing I'm mad about you doing that is that you should have done it when I first said it. Always make sure people
I
get your name
know.
right.
Everybody always tells me that. I'm
You
just
got it, but
bad at correcting people.
I appreciate it though. I'm glad you did. So Tybert, Selena
Yes.
Tybert. Now
Yeah.
listen, here's the thing, Selena. I am no expert at music. La Bruja is, she does it, not me. But I am familiar with the arts. I'm very familiar with performance. And the thing that really stood out is that it seemed as if you exerted no effort. And I mean that in a good way. It felt like organic. You didn't try to put on a show. It was just kind of like, hey, let's hang out by my really cool brick wall and play some tunes. And it was just like magical. Oh, I love it, Selena.
Thank
I
you.
hope you keep coming back on Thursday nights. I'm sure La Bruja loves having you. One more time, where can the people find you online?
Here, I'll put it in I think I put it in the chat, but I'll put it in again. Selena Tybert on Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, anywhere. Yeah. I have a TikTok too, if anyone is on TikTok, but
Awesome. Thank you, Selena.
All right.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Selena Tybert. And I saw Nathaniel Beck said that his better half loved it, had to stop what they're doing. And his better half is a Chicago Bears fan. So yes, definitely the better half. We will be hearing from Nathaniel later on. Nathaniel's awesome, by the way. Shout out to Paul Conqueso, who's not only on the open mic list, but he is running shotgun. He is co-hosting, as some of y'all may know. Every now and then, Zoom likes to be funny. It's a conspiracy. I'm going to get more into that soon. And kicks me out, so I want to make sure that we got someone. Paul knows the community very well, has been around for a long time, so I appreciate having him run shotgun. Michael Sindler is next, but first, because some people came late, this is indeed the Thursday night online open mic presented by the New Yorican Poets Cafe. Normally, it is hosted by La Bruja. You can follow her at La Bruja NYC. Unfortunately, tonight, she's feeling a little under the weather. She will be back next week. I am your host, Advocate of Words. You can follow me at Advocate of Words. When we spell words, that's with a Z, poetic license, hip hop, what. We do this every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. The Zoom ID is right there on the left-hand side of the screen, 977-539-8556. We would like to thank the National Endowment for the Arts, the New York State Council on the Arts, the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, the Amazon Literary Partnership, and the New York Community Trust for sponsoring our free online events. You too can help support us with a tax-deductible donation by going over to nuyorican.org/contribute or on our Cash App at New Yorican Poets Cafe. I usually host the Monday night online open mic. And this Monday, the theme is conspiracy. Now, we could get into conspiracy theories and we could do funny stuff about it, or we could talk about real conspiracies that have truly happened, or however it is that you want to flip it. I just want to let you know, though. I want to let you know. On Monday, I am going to be revealing many conspiracies about the cafe. You're going to want to tune in. Make sure you tune in. So all of that can be found on my social media. With that being said, let us keep moving forward. Also, when you are done performing, make sure you put your info in the chat and also go back and read the chat because people do say nice things about you, like this man right here, Mr. Michael Sindler. Michael, it's good to see you, brother. Let the people know. Oh, promote what you want to promote. I know how you do. And then let's hear your work.
As always, just want to give a shout out to lighthousewriters.org. So many good things coming. Today's Thursday, so tomorrow is Writing in Color, which is a great free get-together thing. Yeah, I just want to say, Selena, I just feel like on a wave after listening to that music. That was just so beautiful. On that, I'm just gonna I've been sort of missing where I live for a bunch of years here lately, so do some things sort of related to that. This first one's called Mala. Beads of sandalwood worn with use, glow with warmth, radiate peace. 108 plus 1, the Meru, center of the universe, plumed with yellow. How many prayers, how many hours, hand rolling bead to bead, eyes closed in meditation, repeating mantra, sitting in silence, hearing only their clinking and the echo of breath, tension falling from shoulders, warmth rising in heart, drawing deeper into now, holding to release, beads of sandalwood, worn with use, glow with warmth, radiate peace. And this next one, daily ritual, folks, prasad for puja. Prasad for puja, sticky sweets to set at the feet of Ganesha, round balls of dates, coconut, crushed pistachio, honey, and rose water, rolled in timed mantras, laid in concentric circles on silver serving plate, decorated with mint sprigs and marigolds, carried into temple, laid before the altar for assembled deities and gurus to partake in through bare and pure spirit, chants and bhajans, waving camphor flag of flame, kindled acceleration in prostration, the gods having had their fill, tray lifted, I'm having trouble talking today. Circumambulation, boon born around sacred space, devotee to devotee, each proffered gift placed in palm, lifted to lips, gently bitten, soft, sweet treat. Joy travels from tongue to anahata chakra, heart opens to love, resting in bliss, lower limbs in lotus, coconut strands stick between teeth, temperate tranquility, rose water aroma overcoming ambient incense. Last bow to altar, rise in reverence, milling and moving towards exit, silent solidarity of spirit, sliding off to sleep and dream until morning satsang. And I'll do this last one. Another sort of my personal ritual. This is Durga. Humble wooden temple suspended over still water at end of steep downward path towards boulders of granite above the bank, huge cushions of stone from whence I gaze at as insects gambol across skin of reflecting pond. Dragonflies weave air into patterns, cattail sentries rim perimeter. Cross the bridge, smell the walls, redolent of camphor and sandalwood, stained plywood blackened over time by wave puja lamps, black as Mother Durga, her bright clothes, perfume powders, replenished flowers, overripe fruits traded daily to timeless tune of Sanskrit lokas. Hush grove, deer hide in silence, kneeling in underbrush, awaiting my retreat, bare feet backtracking over worn, mossy path through familiar woods into cow field, past sacred bull who catches tossed apples in teeth, passing through gate towards white clapboard warm retreat. Quiet water stirring in shrubs, hesitant advances across grasses, see them come, sniffing, sensing safety and sanctity, all creatures, congregants of forest fold, truest choir, residents of ritual. I have been and seen and sung, I have longed and loved. I will return over and over in space and time and mind, always suspended between place and prayer. I'm going to end with just another little tiny short one called Dosa. Sham slide spatula, dosa gliding onto plate, offers with a smile and dab of mango chutney, edible gift of pure love. Okay, thank y'all. That's that.
Some snaps up into the webcam from Mr. Michael Sindler. You know, Michael's hair doesn't get enough love, man. I'm just looking at it too. You have some luscious hair yourself right there, Mr. Sindler, all right? I'm going to be giving you love from now on as well. I was watching it just in the trance with your poetry, and it showed right there. Also, when you had stuttered, I thought it was like part of the poem. Especially, it was the acceleration line, I think it was. They said acceleration. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, it's stuttering to take off. You know what I mean? So we never know when you guys mess up, right? We never know when the poet met, so just improv that, or have like a pregnant pause and like, remember you have such luscious hair, like, and do it, you know what I mean? So lighthousewriters.org, that is what Michael likes to promote. He's always on the Monday night and Thursday night online open mic. He is a mainstay of this community. He is fantastic. Love having this dude around. And it's like, if we were ever to go camping, man, and we need someone to tell a story at the campfire, that is the dude, Michael Sindler. Next coming up, we don't want him telling stories at a campfire. Nope. He's the wild card. We want it all on Zoom so we can dictate the volume at which we hear so our neighbors don't have to hear. I love having this brother's energy. The Withdrawn, let the people know where they can find you. Let's hear your poetry, man.
Thank you, man. Y'all can follow me at The Withdrawn on Instagram and thewithdrawn.com. And I got some new shit called La Tormenta's Interlude. What's that shit Drake said? All night I've been staring, acting like I won't fuck up that hearing. Do some trifling shit like send you to get it fixed by one of my ex's moms. You only do my pauses wrong to mask the fact you never had a nigga's face down there for long. CC knows I take my time with no breaks. I put that on everything, including your 4C lemonade. Straight with it from the wine glass. Thought I wasn't gonna call you out over Zoom with your fine ass. You were mistaken. I'm feeling like every Boricua here is for the taking. So someone tell La Bruja don't get comfortable. Cause I just might have to toss her up in the mix too. Say she wanna pop off, but doesn't listen when I say I'm pussy. Can we just make love? Cause all I'm trying to be is the Selena Powell of poetry. No beef necessary. Eat it even if it is or isn't hairy. Stick my fingers in you and lick every single one of them mofos. Toto got all the seasoning I care for, bro. I don't need no adobo. Shout out shorty from the Bronx who says she tired of us. Like we won't wake her ass up or place her ass up right over this face. I bet that Rosalind fluid is what would help keep this beard intact anyway. I'm a wild card queen. What you know about me? Draw 4 fingers down your throat and leave my thumb pressed up against your cheek. That voodoo ting teaches souls how to bleed. If I withdraw from this, I wouldn't be so lucky. But let me not come at you sideways and get this blessing straight. I'm known for part 2. Baby, maybe even 3 and 4. So take the time now to ask yourself, who's the one that really needs to lock? their door. Thank you.
Throw some snaps up into the webcam.
Yeah.
I told you he's a wild card, man. He's a wild card. And then going after the orca, man. It's gonna be blood in the water. I'm just saying, just gonna like, you know, that's like throwing the Joker in as, you know, the killer whale. You just don't do that. Okay, withdraw one more time. Let the people know they can find you online. Website and Instagram.
At the Withdrawn on Instagram and thewithdrawn.com. Thank you.
Appreciate you, brother. The Withdrawn. He has probably been the person that has signed up the most for all of our open mics. I'm not sure. There's a lot of numbers. I can't go through all of them. Okay, next coming up, we are going across the border. Yes, that is right. We have friends across the border. We are going to Canada to hang out with Jeff Cottrell. If the New Rican Poets Cafe ever had to come undone and we needed to sell it for parts, this is the man we'd call. Jeff, let the people know where they can find you online, and then let's hear your work, brother.
I am findable at jeffcottrell.com and on Facebook and Twitter and Wattpad. And here's a little something that probably would have made a lot more sense in 1995, but who cares? Desperado, a Roberto Rodriguez movie. The soundtrack is groovy, but there isn't much plot. Steve Buscemi, he tells a long-winded story, and the violence is gory, but it's all for naught. Tarantino tells a wacky joke about a penis that gets runny. There's an old guitar case full of guns and stuff. Cheech Marin plays a bartender, but he really isn't funny enough. Ooh, Desperado. Why don't you have better writing? All those gunmen fighting, is that all you've got? Salma Hayek, oh Salma Hayek, she owns her own bookshop. But that's where her character stops. But that's where her character stops. But that's where her character stops. She's just there. She's just there to look hot. Desperado.
Jeff Cottrell, throw some snaps up into the webcam for this man. You know, all the times I've been here, I think that is the first time I've heard you sing, Jeff.
Did you miss the other one I did, the Greedo song?
I must have. I don't remember it. I love
this. To the tune of Biko by Peter Gabriel. Greedo, Greedo, Greedo. Maybe another time.
Yeah. Oh, I love this dude, man. And Jeff, you do theater too, right?
I used to do some theater. I've done some improv here and there, not very well, more as a social thing, but yeah, a little bit of theater too.
I can totally see you doing theater and voiceovers and acting. Hey, not that we want to lose you out this community, man, but like I can totally see that. Nonetheless, one more time, let the people know where they can find you online.
jeffcottrell.com, Facebook, Twitter, Wattpad, scattered here on there and YouTube.
Appreciate you, Jeff. Jeff Cottrell. When you spell Cottrell, it is with 2 L's at the end. R-I-L-L. Jeff Cottrell. Love having this dude on. All right. Next coming up, Nathaniel Beck. Now, let me tell everyone, Nathaniel has had a great deal of patience, man, because I keep taking shots at him because he's in Green Bay. And then I soothed it over by complimenting his partner and his taste in his partner, who's a Chicago Bears fan. I know he's teetering, but in all jokes aside, this dude's poetry is fantastic. I'm really happy to have him. Nathaniel, let the people know where they can find you online, and then let's hear your beautiful work.
Hey, no, it's totally cool. It's totally cool. I know Green Bay is easy to hate. It's all right. You know, it's hard when you're that good. Like, But no. But you guys can find me at NCBEK Poetry. That's NCBEK Poetry. And tonight I'm gonna be reading a new poem that I've never read out loud before. So it's called Empty Pockets. Once, when the Florida summer had become full off our bodies and we heaved an ocean out of our pores, we answered the sun with hot sauce and tacos our faces forgot to burn. That year, we played hopscotch with traffic stops and dulled the molten from our tongue with cold horchata till our teeth knew how to shiver. One Saturday in September, we crossed paths with a couple hourglass people who said it was noon but carried themselves like midnight in the midday sun. Two lovers who were too empty on loving themselves but still treasure hunted for the gold they buried in their veins. Two people who asked for anything that wasn't food but still held a savanna in their eyes, like this life was a hunt worth chasing. For as long as we had to, we sunk our arms into the asphalt trying to pry their attention away from anything that wasn't survival, but lost them just the same in the haze of the horizon. Maybe they were anything but perfect, and their home was anything but home, and their heart asked for more than their pockets could offer. But they were still as much of a full mirror as I have ever known. And I think of a story we have passed down for generations. The one of the man, tree trunk rooted in his drunk and misery, palm outstretched like 100 charities. And my mother tells me of the fear she has kept with purse lips and pocket coin. The one of the user who squandered every full hand from his mouth to feed a hunger more ravenous than any stomach. I ask her what good is giving if not for all? What pain is not worth saving or sparing? What have your pockets asked for that a person has not? And I pause. What I do not tell her is I have been the man in this story, drunk and alone, a corner curb of Taco Bells and blood, a shivering hand of last night's regrets with nothing but a need for tomorrow on my tongue and a pocket emptier than my stomach, just hoping someone would see me. Thank you.
Nathaniel Beck, throw some snaps up into your webcam for this man. I love it. And as the story moves, the extended metaphors move. I noticed that there were like pockets of different extended metaphors in there, and they moved and everything. And I am sure that on a second watch and a second listen, we would be able to pick up even more stuff of what he did. Make sure you check out our Facebook and YouTube, Nuyorican Poets Cafe, to rewatch all of these poems and songs tonight, including Nathaniel's. Nathaniel, one more time, where can the people find you online?
You all can find me at NCBEK Poetry. That's NCBEK Poetry on basically everything, or just search my name and you'll find me. So thank you.
Thank you, Nathaniel. I appreciate you, man. If he wasn't a Packers fan, I'd compliment his hair. He has nice hair too, but we're not going to do that. We can only go so far with Packer fans. All right. Ed Poetastic is next. Where is Ed? There he goes. He popped up right when I called his name because he's a superhero. He's poetastic. Ed, let the people know where they can find you online. Then let's hear your poetry.
Sure, no problem. You can find me at Eddie Former on Facebook, and you find me at EdFormer92 and IG. Remember, if the mic is right, I'll be there to shine my poetastic and credible insight. So you already know I'm the fireman, so I have to say some stuff, but not too much, but too much. Hey, Advocate, happy Thursday. Glad you can join us and hear some feisty wordplay. Please enjoy and stay. Hope this can burn the shadows away. This poem is very adult. Please don't take it with a grain of salt. Please don't think of it as an assault. It's a rhyming, worldly, erotic art by default. Okay, this is called Lustful Hurricane. The euphoria swelling around me, our tongues are wildly dancing, sounded sexual explosion free. I love this midnight spice and romancing. It feels like we're slowly melting. This feels so freaking good. We're moaning, shaking, and sweating, no simple words, but we understood. We're clinging higher and higher, lost in the sensational bliss. Our wet bodies on fire, drinking fuel from each other's kiss. I'm clicking to your sweet scent. Mindless thoughts turn to blurs. I'm quickly pitching your tent. Jolts we quickly and instantly transfer. I touch and lick your pussy. You jiggle in delight. Oh no, I'm no wussy. I want to burn your nights. You feel so damn good. You moan in endless pleasure. We're blissfully and misunderstood, soaring towards a new sensational measure. I am joining this baby, our scrumptious body towards mine. Your screaming set me free, our boiling essence entwined. Your sexual energy intoxicating, trying to match your uncontrollable beats. The pleasure keeps elevating. I'm enveloped and burning by your erotic heat. Move with me again and again. Let your actions lay bare. Let your clear rain transcend. We got tons of pleasure to share. You're almost there. I feel your dam about to burst. Is this happiness can't compare, moving to quench our thirst. Hearts beating like drums, feeling hot and dazed. The deep emotions we succumb. We feel that the climate has been raised. Baby, slumber invites us. We tenderly kiss. Time to turn to dust. Time to dream a lustful wish. Thank you.
Throw some snaps into the webcam for Ed Poetastic. You
Thank you
filthy,
guys. Made me feel
filthy
fantastic.
minded, filthy man, Ed. All right, Ed. You know, I
I'm your
think
50 man on demand.
Ed, I think Ed, you messed up, and I'm gonna tell you why. Ed started for a while. He started doing like freestyles and opening up before he did his poems. And now every time we expect it. Now the pressure is on Ed and we need a new one because we've heard all these. So you can't do it with a new one. And we tried to trick you. We tried to throw a curveball, having me come instead of La Bruja, so you had no time to prepare. So good job, brother. Ed, where
Thanks,
can we
brother.
find you online, man?
Sure, you can find me at Eddie Foreman at Facebook, and you can find me at IG at EdForm92. And remember, if the mic is right, I'll be there to shine my potassium poetical insight. And I'm your man, so you better understand.
Thank you, Ed. That's it. Now Ed's gonna have to close with a new rhyme too, man. That's it. He's gonna have to freestyle in the beginning and end. You gotta stop freestyling. We're gonna make you keep doing it all the time. You're messing up. You do something here a few times with this community, we're gonna expect it all the time. And if you don't, you're gonna get in trouble with our cult leader who is next, and that is Nick Paleologos. Nick, let the people know where they can find you online, and then let's hear your cultish ways.
You can find me at The Real Nick B. It's right in my name, right over there. And no, Ed, you're not in trouble, but I'm going to have to take a break from the erotica for a little bit after that. So we're going to move on to a different white substance that we put in the mouse. Bubblegum I'm talking about. This is a new one. I've only presented it one time. This one's called Bubblegum Baby Dream. Dreams are endless, lucid, liquid bubbles. Dreams don't die unless you feed them to monetary mouths. Speaking in per capita, it's capitalism capsizing dreams to Titanic, a capital punishment. Thoughts teetering on teeth get chewed and blown. Bubbles like bubble gum exploded all over the place, caught all over the lips and cheeks as it orbits around the sweet mint, double that mint. Reassembled back together to be liquefied, guzzled down throats, going south, taste buds soured at the thought, dreams always need a mouth to mouth. For 7 years stuck in sleep paralysis, where you did. Dreams sleep for winter slumber, become firewood, light them up, becoming the ashes, chew it like we are in the big leads, last 15 seconds and spit it out like tobacco, not even leaving a dent in the ice. Dreams of anything, inebriated by booze, they snooze, sleep on them, waiting another day to finally begin again. Back to square one, square uprooting behavior, demeanor, the denominator. I'm calling for a savior. My dreams lost its flavor like a hubba bubba blaster disaster. Dreams change as often as bubblegum, bubble yuck. I want my dream to be oratized, get recognized for my effort that I put into my pieces, building, retooling me. Is this what five gum tastes like? My dream has morphed from a big red to juicy fruit to a trident that's being extra sensory with no need for a suppository. I'm rebuilding my territory. Was it really all a dream though? Once I applied it to reality, am I living my dream? Or is this nightmare underneath it all? Hell if I know. I've seen enough these last 15 years that anything really is possible. Start a dream and build the reality. House it. Hold it. Love it. It's your dream, baby. Mine will be continued, cultivated, until it's realized.
Put some snappy fingers up in the webcam for the Nick, for the real Nick P. Nick Paleologos. Tent in Ice, Tenteen. I saw what you did there. I was listening. Nick, let the people know one more time where they can find you online, brother.
Probably at a stage somewhere, or like you can find me on Instagram at The Real Nick P. My next open mic is July 21st, Wednesday, 9:15. Come through, y'all. I would love to see y'all come on to my open mic with The Word Is Right. So come on through. And it's on Wednesdays, not on Thursdays or Mondays, so you can still come to the New York. Take care, everyone.
Nick Paleologos. Next coming up is the person who created The Word Is Right and the person who may put us back on the dirty track. I don't know. She doesn't always, but like she's never afraid to, and that is Marissa Prada. Marissa, let the people know they can find you online, and then let's hear your poetry.
Come find me, Marissa Prada, on Facebook, Prada Painting and Poetry on IG. Like Advocate said, I co-author The Word Is Right, WRITE. And of course, I have my own press. It is Red or Green Books, redorgreenbooks.com. The Red is spelled READ. We have the original 10 books just came in. This is my book, y'all. This is my book right here, Conversations with Grief. And it does mention in here, Advocate, I know you don't know this yet because you haven't ordered my book, but I know you should order my book because in the acknowledgements page, it mentions the Norican Poets Cafe, and it gives a big thank you. I couldn't list all of you by name, so I just said a big thank you to the Norican Poets Cafe for everything that you do in creating this space. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, okay. The poem I'm going to read to you tonight, actually, I just wrote an hour ago in a Guerrilla Poets workshop, so it's brand new. I will give you a trigger warning for domestic violence. But as I was writing so many inscriptions over the last couple of days, I was incredibly humbled and full of love for all of you. And so really, this is my homage to poets. So thank all of you so much. This poem is titled Canary. The ceremony of abuse I became accustomed to was like prairie grouse dancing feathers, fingers splayed, choking out a yolk from their necks like black eyes on battered wives. The influence of abuse I became accustomed to was a sabbatical of sanity, equivalent to experiencing homelessness, only there was a roof over my head. I had no money. I had no home. I had no family, only my newborn baby. Time seemed to be wadded up and thrown away, like my self-esteem, like my self-image, like my self-love, like anything that used to resemble Marissa before the influence of all the wrong things. Before the night terrors came calling for me to make right whatever I must have done wrong. It was all my fault. It was always my fault. Bars on windows, bars on doors, bars pressed to my skin so I wouldn't move, couldn't move. Not smart enough to realize I was dying, in an abandoned coal mine. Nothing was mine. It was winter. He threw us out. Middle of the night. It was snowing. I walked to the neighbor. Icicle tears. Hungry again. I scratched together dollar bills in a baby book. Fucked a nice man I met so we could share his apartment. Anything to get away. Still exploited, always exploited. Pay to play, pay to live, pay to make it to the next day. Paying from between my legs that lay the golden egg from a broken vagina that was at least right twice a day. He left. I worked 3 jobs to pay the rent while my daughter lived at daycare. Bars on the windows were now dollar signs. I was behind. Always behind. Bills, 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 but never the bills I needed to buy wings, to buy sleep, to buy tomorrow. Behind on rent, behind on daycare, behind every time because I was not smart enough to realize I was dying in an abandoned coal mine. Then I found a pen one day and my fingers woke up. I found poets, so many poets, willing to be dirty with me, willing to hold my hand as I healed the parts of me I always thought were unlovable, unworthy, ugly, useless. Then somewhere beneath my skin walked the undead. Poets woke the dreamer. Poets encouraged the believer. Poets dared the doer in me. They told me I didn't have to do it alone anymore. They told me I was enough. They told me I was brave. They told me they loved me. They hold my hand and hold the space to embrace the trauma, not erase the past. Together, we squeeze through bars of brazen regret from a cage not built to retain us. We found our freedoms. I fly in the flock of dreamers now, with warm sunshine on my face, to face every single day better than the last, willing to teach all who come next that they are enough, that they are brave, that they are loved. I will teach them how to fly, because together we all rise. Thank you.
Let's get some finger snaps into the webcam. Ooh.
Come buy my book, please. Bless me, and the rest of the original 10 poets, who many are here at the Norican. Bless us, please, by buying our book and letting our legacy carry on. Thank you.
Marissa Prada, I had made the joke, you never know she's gonna get dirty, right? Because Marissa can, but the thing that makes it work for Marissa, like her erotic poetry, is that it doesn't feel like she's taking something. She's still very giving. So when she does poems like this, it shouldn't be a surprise because her poetry is always very giving, whether it's erotic or it's something, like this, which just we'd have to call Mr. Tessa Somoke in to have a TED talk about this and the whole dissertation. One more time, where can they find you online, Marissa?
So Vagatron Rising. I'm gonna say that now, like it's just I hope y'all just love that about that. Okay. Come find me, Marissa Prada, on Facebook, Prada Painting and Poetry on IG. I co-author The Word Is Right, WRITE. We have incredible features and shows almost 7 days a week on that platform. And of course, my press is Red or Green Books, Red, READ, redorgreenbooks.com. Thank you so much. So much love, all of you.
Marissa Prada. Oh, we have such a like awesome, talented, and brave community. I love it. We also have a community that is willing to get up early in the morning on the other side of the world. And that is Unmesh Mohidkar. This dude's energy so much reminds me of the founders of the Nuyorican Poets Cafe, which is nuts because he's much younger than them, those who are still surviving, and he's on the other side of the world, but the energy is there. He is family. Unmesh, where can we find you online? And let's hear your poetry.
Hello, advocate. And yes, I'm honored when you say that. You can find me on Unmesh Mohidkar, Instagram, Facebook. I got a book, Light Shadow Life, The Missing Verse of the Soul, on Amazon. And I've got an open mic every Saturday, 8 p.m. India time. That is 10:30 a.m. New York time. And I will be featuring today on Fincabulary as well. So yes, here we go. These are short poems. The first one is called Beyond. Beyond road, there is journey. Beyond travel, destination. Beyond love and hate, life. Beyond earth, no life. Beyond death, there is time. Beyond time, vast emptiness. Beyond emptiness, vast nothingness. Journey from nil to cipher. Easy to see, difficult to decipher. Easy to see, difficult to decipher. The next one is called Almost. 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 Road ended. Almost. Flowers dried. Almost. Fuel finished. Almost water bottle empty. Almost sweat dried. Almost book finished. Almost toast roasted. Almost ghost dead. Long live the frozen dreams, gliding through the dark clouds. Gliding through the dark clouds, morning arrived, smelling like fresh coffee. Smelling like fresh coffee. This is one more short one. Engulfed in fire, engulfed in fire, fortunes misfiring spectacularly. Raging fire, drinking last water drops swiftly. Raging fires, drinking last water drops swiftly. And this is the last one. Distinct possibility that different people of different colors, distinct possibility that different people of different colors, different nature, connected by unimaginable love, unfathomable resilience, and unexplained desire to commit same mistakes again and again. Let's rise to fall again. Let's rise to fall again. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Let's get some fingers snapping up into the webcam for Unmesh Mohidkar. And I saw you did there in Unmesh. Twice you're like, all right, this is the last one. Okay. And then I saw what you did there, man. I saw you ain't that slick. I caught you. Unmesh does not waste a syllable. I love this dude's energy. Unmesh, one more time, let the people know where they can find you online.
Thanks everyone. You can find me Unmesh Mohidkar on Instagram and Facebook. Yeah, I think I'm really blessed to be part of this community. Means I should also write a poem like Marisa, but yeah, excellent, man. So blessed and honored to be part of this community. Thank you. Thanks everyone. You guys are fabulous.
Thank you, Unmesh. Unmesh Mohidkar on Facebook, Mohidkar Unmesh on Instagram. Make sure you go give this dude a follow. Next coming up is someone I'm unfamiliar with, so this is going to be a treat. No pressure at all. You know, this is just being recorded on the internet and will be watched by many people for years to come. Anthony Misiano. Anthony, what is it you do? What are we going to be getting from you today?
Yeah, it's my first time reading on here. I've been watching for a while now. It's my first time sharing something. It's a poem I wrote just, for this. Just a kind of a inner demon kind of thing. But yeah.
Okay.
And then at the end, I'll plug socials and shit.
Cool.
Here it goes. Ironically, I wrote it right after I took an edible before it kicked in, and it's called Self-Medicate. But yeah, here it goes. Don't self-medicate, but I just self-medicate. I just shut off the hate in my head and the voices that just wish me dead. I self-medicate because I just compensate for what I can't just state, some sense of peace and calm. Instead, I self-medicate and just try to relate to myself for the first time since I was a kid, before I saw so many dead. That little kid I knew, he was a lot like you. He tried to love me too, but I couldn't accept it, so I withdrew. See, it's not easy here in this space. I try to clear this cluttered room upstairs where no one cares, but everyone stares. It can get too loud, so I just try to shut it down. Maybe try to make him drown. That kid's still knocking around from all those years. He doesn't shut the fuck up. He never shuts the fuck up. He won't shut the fuck up. His love just makes me hate me and everything I do, me, and this facade of who I am trying to create, so I self-medicate.
Get some finger snaps up into the webcam for Anthony.
Thank you.
What? That was so crazy, right, Anthony? Because you've got these Hollywood good looks, right? The hair is so on point. The lighting is perfect, and then
I'll accept the hair.
and then and then toss it off the demon inside going off. Loved it. It was clear. It was concise, to the point. I loved. I mean, I'm sorry you're going through this. Much. I'm sorry. I'm enjoying your pain. I'm just
please.
enjoying your craft.
It's the catharsis of it. It's the you go through these dark periods, and you just gotta find a way to not just let it beat you up. So you beat up others with it. No,
sounds good to me. Sounds good to me, man. I'm from the Bronx. Where are you located, Anthony?
I'm in Brooklyn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We talk in the same language.
Oh, yeah.
Anthony, you have been a pleasure. I hope you are not a stranger.
Thank you.
And if you ever do Thursday night again, you tell La Bruja it's your first time, okay?
I will lie to her happily.
Thank you.
And then can I plug a couple things real quick?
Go ahead.
Right, so on social media, at Instagram, you can find me at Howdy Anthony. It's mostly comedy sketches, believe it or not. And then the other thing I want to mention, I can't disclose exact details yet. I'm not allowed, but I have a show. It's actually really close geographically to the New York coming up, a one-man show that I'm doing. And if you want to find out, you can go to the show's called I Squeezed Really Hard. It is a comedy, but it does go into a lot of the dark stuff because it's just a real life story. And you can go to isqueezedreallyhard.com, and at the bottom of the page, you can enter your email address and be notified when tickets go on sale, which will hopefully be in the near future. And I'll enter it in again because I forgot to include the HTTP, so the link doesn't work.
Awesome. Thank you, Anthony. Appreciate you. Don't be a stranger. Anthony Misiano. I love it. I loved it, man. That dude's on. Hey, yo, let me tell you something. Comedians tend to write dark poetry. All right? It's real funny. On stage, poets are dark. Off stage, they're bubbly. On stage, comedians tend to be bubbly. Off stage, they are dark. Okay? They are dark. It is nuts. That's for another conversation. Right now, we're going to Thomas Connor, who's having much brighter days than me because his baseball team is doing well.
So I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I have no idea what you're talking about.
let the people know where they can find you online, and let's hear your poetry, brother.
All right, y'all. Y'all can find me at Thomas Connor at Facebook and TAC7371 at Instagram. So I spit this one last Thursday. I'm just going to repeat it. It's for my cousin that passed away. So I have two poems, actually. So this is the first one. Prima, morenita, bella, clara como el cielo, sonrisa brillante, el sol en tu alma, el ritmo de tus pies, vamos a bailar punta. Guata neri guatsu, yupi pa ti, yupi pa mí, puta, no jodas, te me fuiste para nunca volver, te me fuiste a la fuente de la eternidad, pero para mí todavía vives en mi hogar. Primita, morenita, contigo voy a bailar solo hasta que nos encontramos en la eternidad. That's the first one. And this the other one, just memories of my Brooklyn days. Summer mornings, cartoons and coffee, cereal in my room, mommy bonchinchando, she catching up with the latest tea. She loved cuando soltaban la sopa. Mi tía Agatha on the phone, accent thick like yuca. She ambidextrous in her tongue, her English and Spanish bipedal in its twang. Strolling through the stories of the past, a journey of self-discovery to find a complete self. Castellano and the West Indies dripped from her tongue. Dancing calypso, flying with the mighty sparrow, con el sonido de Roatán. The house brimming with the sound of children laughter. Running and catching, tagging scoops for safety. Broken bricks, our sofas. Twilight in the sky, moons over Brooklyn, asphalt in the streets, moist with the midnight dew. Beds beckon, dreams begin. Until tomorrow, we do it all again. Peace.
Throw some finger snaps up into the webcam for Thomas Connor.
Thank you, y'all. Thank you.
Man, it was something, I don't know what it is. There's something about you tonight. You make sure you go play Lotto, man, because like you were just in command tonight right now with both those pieces. Maybe it was, starting off, you speaking in Spanish. Of course, my condolences. One more time, brother. I'm so sorry. Yo, Thomas, thank you for both those pieces. One more time, let the people know where they can find you online.
Yes, you can find me at Thomas Connor at Facebook and TAC73 at Instagram. Peace and blessings. All the poets that have performed up until this point have killed it. And I'm sticking around to watch the rest of it. Peace and blessings, y'all.
Thank you, brother. That is Thomas Connor. This dude is awesome, man. And you see, like, he's very calm and cool and everything, and like he's being vulnerable. But like, I just want to let you know, he could kick all of y'all asses, man. You don't know what this man has trained for and done. I know only a little bit of it. So you know what I'm saying? So stay on his good side, yo. Another thing Thomas did, I want to let you know, right? This is the New Eurekan Poets Cafe, really quick. It's like combination of New York and Puerto Rico. This is who our founders were, right? So we understand like kind of straddling two different cultures, straddling two different languages. They come from New York City, which is like its own melting pot of sorts, right? So if you speak a language other than English, you have a poem that is in a language other than English, you can totally share it here. And it doesn't just have to be English or Spanish, right? So you can do that. I don't know if we've heard anyone speaking Greek yet on here. Have we, Nick? Have we, Nick? Oh, Nick did? Yeah, Nick did. I think Nick included. Okay, we've had Hindi, we've had Japanese. I don't know if we've had Mandarin yet. Nonetheless, I just want to put that out there. So if you have a whole poem in a language other than English, or it's a combination, we've had French here, like, do you, okay? We've also had UK English, all right? The way they speak in the United Kingdom is different, all right? Let's not front. It's a little different there. Word choice, I love it. All right, with that being said, we are now going to a treasure here on the Thursday night online open mic, and that is the Joski C, yeah. Now listen, y'all. If you feel at any point that you want to roll a joint and then go fuck up some shit for the revolution, just chill. It's because it's Joski's energy. This is what we about to get right here, all right? All right? Joski is the only artist I know that can motivate people who are high on weed. Like, he just his great. I love it. But you are going to want to go fuck up some shit. He's going to want to make you go change the world, man. Joski, it's a pleasure to hear you and to introduce you. Let the people know they can find you online. and then let's get to it.
Hey, advocate. So, Joski C on IG, Facebook, Twitter. You might not find much there, but I'm linked into all of them. So this is something new. I wrote this song about the big lie. They tell you that the dead come back to cast their ghostly votes. They tell you that a free and fair election is a hoax. They tell you that a golden bull should sit upon the throne. It's a lie, it's a lie, it's a lie. Ninjas shuffle ballots like dealers in a game. Stealthy sleight of hand, watch the numbers change. Sniffing for bamboo, challenging your name. It's a lie, it's a lie, it's a lie. How many beans are in a jar? How many bubbles in a bar? How many light bulbs in a jar and a star? Voters stand in long, long lines for ballots they can't mail. If you bring them water, they'll throw your ass in jail. Bowing to a despot whose every lawsuit fails. It's a lie, it's a lie, it's a lie. How many beans are in a jar? How many bubbles in a bar? How many light bulbs in a star? They tell you that the dead come back to cast their ghostly votes. They tell you that a free and fair election is a hoax. They tell you that a golden bull should sit upon the throne. It's a lie, it's a lie, it's a lie. It's a lie, it's a lie, it's a lie. It's a lie, it's a lie, it's a lie. It's a lie, it's a lie, it's a lie, it's a lie.
Get some finger snaps into the webcam for Joski C. Oh my God, and those lyrics are so poetic too, right? And I know, like, we like to say, like, you know, songs are poetic. I'm sorry, I don't think all songs are written poetically. Some really cool production, but not all are written very poetically. I felt like I was so in it. I was so in it, Joski. I appreciate you, and I'm sure everyone right now felt like they need to go roll some weed. Like that's the vibe I get, and then go fix the world. And then go fix the world. It's not just smoking the weed, but it's also like, and then go fix the world. I love your energy, Joski. Joski, one more time, where can the people find you online?
Joski C. At Joski C. However you do that.
Joski.
It's just my name. There's no underscores. There's no nothing. Just, you can find me on all the venues. And soon there'll hopefully be more on those venues to find.
Awesome. Joski C. And when we say C, we don't just mean the letter C, we mean like the water. SEA. Make sure you go give this dude a follow, man. Look, real quick, I haven't shouted out the people who are here and are not on the open mic list. So, like, there is, Javier Vega. I know he's always here on Thursday nights. I'm not sure that he is on the list. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't have him. So, shout out to him for coming to check us out. Luciana is here. I love having Luciana back. She causing problems in the Southern Hemisphere. I see your post on Facebook. We got a troublemaker. That's why she hangs out with us, because we're all troublemakers too. Love having Luciana here. Stefan Bruck is here. What's going on, man? He is always checking out. I see on Thursday nights as well. Who else is? Brandy Walker. Brandy Walker ditches her family for us. I just want everyone to know we appreciate you being gangster like that, Brandy. Love having Brandy here, Brandy Walker. Boetaku is here. I don't know what he is doing. He's being a pirate, I think, with a frying pan. I love this dude, man. He got all the kinds of right energy. Boetaku is here. Elemental is in the building, and he's not even signed up. This dude is a beast. For those of you who don't know, you make sure that you check him out. Okay, let's keep going right now so that we can get to the next poet, Tanish Kaur. Oh. Tanish has become a mainstay here on Mondays and Thursdays with us. Love having her on, man. Her poetry is fire. Tanish, where can the people find you online? And then let's see your poetry.
TanishKantos.com, Tanish Kantos on Instagram. And I've got two on the theme of reincarnation. They're both really short. Nature's organs rise and fall. Steady stream tickles by. Leaves whisper, kiss. These sounds resound like white noise of cymbals or waves crashing inside. A seashell when your thumb and finger tussled the hair by my ears that one time I was here again or there, because sometimes time vanishes. And I imagine the leaves fall like those I've loved, like the loves of theirs have fallen. And I imagine we are flakes of dead skin. We live, grow, dangle, descend. In a sway with the breeze, we flutter in the light of the moon and the sun, and we sink into the earth to seed again, trusting only that each next time we can be married. And then this one is if Jesus were Adam and Eve in one person. To lament and atone for eating the apple, he would have longed to heal the people. The power inside you can never topple. He would have said to kneel to the people. Just believe you don't need a chapel. He would have shouted to free the people. The wings of love grow from the shoulders. Wind, water, sun, moon, the birds, they all help tree the people. With earth we unite, and through this grapple, the strength we create is through the people. We use divine gifts to breathe life to creation, and with this art we birth carefree people. We make and create with the universe, scalpel, fashion, paradise. On earth it becomes the people. This is what Jesus would have said if he were Adam and Eve in one person. I don't know how you would take that stuff. Thank you, guys.
Give some snaps into the webcam for Tanish Kaur. Check out her website, tanishkantos.com. Of course, I said that you could change your names, and Tanish did that to make it easy for everyone who re-watches. Oh, I love it. Tanish, I really believe that whoever created words did so for your voice. I love your voice. I so love it. And sometimes it's going to override the fact that you're a fantastic writer as well, because we're so in love with your voice. And then you have the other problem that I just realized. You have such awesome hair as well, like that anime type hair. I love that type hair. Jason has it too. Your voice and your hair, man, is gonna hide the fact that you're a great writer. I feel so sorry for you. No, you're awesome, Denise. You're awesome. One more time. Oh, other than your website, where can the people find you? Like on the social medias?
On IG at tanishkantos.com. Or I'm sorry, Tanish Kantos, just on IG.
Tanish Contos, the synergy. I love it. Thank you, Tanish. Tanish Core. I am so happy she has become a mainstay with us. I enjoy her writing. I read, and I've said this before whenever I've hosted Monday or on Thursdays, is that I love the fact that everyone is looking to develop their own voice and not sound like everyone else, but it must be really hard, right? Like, who wouldn't want to sound like Tanish? Okay, let's move forward. Catman Bill. Aw, this is my dude, man.
Hey there, how you doing?
There we go. I'm good. I'm good, Catman Bill. You another troublemaker, and I appreciate you. Another
I
troublemaker with a guitar. We need
And
more
I,
people like you.
I have to get on Monday nights a little more often. I'm not there, so I'm going to try to make my presence known.
So right before you begin, let people know where they can find you, and then
Yeah.
cause trouble.
Cause trouble. Anyways, the only thing that I'm still trying to push, of course, is you guessed it, Donald Trump, Donald's vanity tantrums. It's been an abject failure because I just don't have command of online social media. But here's the good thing. And by the way, one of my satires predicted over a year and a half ago when I was writing it, or 2 years ago, that Donald Trump would take over the country, make himself president for life, and use his ICE agents to round up all members of Congress to pass his own legislation. So it's in the book under Fireside Chat. Now, the good thing about this, not for me, but for you, the buyer, potentially, is that on Amazon, if you want to feed the monster, and I want you to feed the monster because my book is there, somebody's selling it for $3.24 a copy. So if you have Prime, you could get my book for cheaper than it would cost to buy a slice of pizza in New York City. And it'll last a bit longer than a pepperoni slice. So, and if you did that and you enjoyed it, you could perhaps leave me a little bit of feedback. So that's all I wanted to promote, and I will get into a song that by Mississippi John Hurt, who I always considered my musical godfather, although I don't write in his style, but I've loved his music, and this is called Honey Right Away. Honey, hey, baby, right away. Hey, honey, right away. You told me you'd marry, honey, right away. Hey, baby, right away. You told me, sweet baby, that you would be mine. Hey, honey, right away. Right away, baby, right away. Hey, honey, right away. I'm going to the courthouse, get out our license read. Hey, honey, right away. Right away, baby, right away. Hey, honey, right away.
some finger snaps up in the webcam for Catman Bill.
Remember, you can get my book for less than a slice of a New York pizza.
Catman Bill, brother, I loved it, man. I love that. I feel like I felt like that song is like how we gather after the protest to find out who got locked up and who didn't, and we need someone to calm the nerves. That's the song right there. And it was so smooth too, the way you did it, like so little effort. Again, that's not like a talking bad. It was just like it felt so organic.
Well,
I
thank you.
loved it.
Thank you. I was going to do Lewis Collins about his mama burying Lewis Collins. And I said, I think you needed something a little more upbeat tonight. So that's why I switched it at the last moment. But thank you very much.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Catman Bill, go look up this man's book. Please do so. Love it. Donald's Vanity Tantrums. Bill Katz, Katz. Go look him up. And I appreciate someone who has a Z in their name, like me. Advocate of words. Great minds think alike. Oh, snap. All right, let's keep going because we got some great poets. We going to the Bronx, my hometown, my home borough, with Roz. Let me unmute Roz.
Hey, everybody.
Ooh, I like the lighting. Listen, everyone. Roz has great poetry, but I gotta let you know, this woman, there is not a color that doesn't look good on this woman. I don't know how she does it, but make sure you go follow her on Instagram through Her Big Brown Eyes. Check out her website through herbigbrownyes.com and harass her and find out how she does it. And I saw her in person too. It's not just a Zoom cam. It's not just a webcam. It works in person too. Hi, Roz. It's a pleasure to see you. I'm ready for your poetry.
Hi. All right. So this one was for Monday, which I didn't get to perform, but I get to do it now. Some of you heard it yesterday on Midnight's open mic, but it's okay. It is called Pen Over Cape All Day, Every Day. And it goes like this. I always wanted the power to read minds, till I discovered my ability to feel the unspoken energies of those in close proximity to me. I can do without reading minds now because superpowers come with responsibility. And it's enough for me to feel what cannot be seen by the naked eye. Even more so to realize that my real superpower is that I can travel in time and capture each moment with the stroke of a pen. I can put myself back in places I've been, rediscover feelings that I've felt before, and take my audience with me. No need for JetBlue, Expedia, or Travelocity. With my words, I can expose you to unfamiliar territory, both light and dark. I can submerge you in the soot of my very own forest fires or invite you to be sun-kissed by the rays of my light. My power is that I provide you with the opportunity to see your reflection in a pond of my words. I can make you feel seen, felt, and heard. My superpower is that my words can be the holy water you get christened in. I can co-author your story and get them all listening. My power is the ability to save myself. Started with my first breath. My promise, not to let any stone go unturned or word unsaid. My power is to make love to all my senses and pour my love into all my sentences. My superpower is to use literacy as a key to unlock a new realm where we're allowed to just be. My power is that I can see the light in every one of you. My power is my ability to recognize that each of you have that superpower too. End poem.
Super friends, give it up for Roz. Snap, throw them snaps up into the video camera, webcam. I love it. I love it. I saw they put in the chat Travelocity. But I loved it when I saw. I was like, yes, that's it. That's it. Taking us on the journey, Captain. Let us know where we can find you online.
Through Her Big Brown Eyes on Instagram and throughherbigbrowneyes.com. It's my website, guys. I love y'all. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Roz, representing the Bronx and mainstay here at the Monday Night Online Open Mic. And she's getting her features too. Make sure that you go give her a follow so you can see her do it more. And you can see her in different colors and how it's like she works every color, man. I've yet to see a bad color. I mean, I'm not rooting against it, right? But the numbers, things aren't supposed to be perfect, right? They're supposed to be like 99.99999%, like at least that. That's the highest supposed to go. Okay. I'm into math. Forgive me. I'm a nerd. All right. So as you can see, we have a lot of not only talented people in our community, but attractive people. And none are like the honey trap I'm about to put on your screen right now. And that is Mr. Paul Gonqueso. And look at the hair too. He got the hair and everything. Oh, we honey trapping you right now, man. It's over. Go ahead, Paul. It's good to see you. My co-host tonight, thank you as well for that. The floor is yours.
Gotcha, brother. So before I start, Storm Gods in the building, Men Who Heal, Voltron Rising, Sound from the Underground, all that good stuff. I'm teaching a workshop with the Nuyorican this Saturday called Make It Make Sense, the 17th at 1 p.m. So if you want, jump on nuyorican.org, hit the calendar, sign up for that. I'm gonna get to my piece because I'm gonna sing about 14 songs in this one. So if you know any of them, sing along. I can't hear you, but I can feel it in my soul. This is called Home Alone. You know, I want you. Just about any time our auras collide, I get so anxious, call me genuine. 9 o'clock, home alone, paging you, wishing you come over my place. After a while, let me know. We can just keep talking about the last time you were here, what we did. Only bubble bass and back rows hit me back. Girl, I hope you hurry, cause I'm so anxious. So we met at 11:30. Plenty talking dirty, came through the Priest of Whiskey where she tends bar. She hit me just as soon as her shift was over. Because I'd been waiting, so we linked, got us drinks, and decided not to let the night end there. Hopped in my Batmobile to keep the energy flowing, because truth been told, I've been done. Got my eyes on you. You're everything that I see. I want your hot love and emotion endlessly. This hot lava emulsion flows perpetually. Just let me be the new terraformed Hawaiian island and lay you with this flower wreath, because I just want to chill and twist the line. Catch stunts in my 745. You drive me crazy, shorty. I need to see you and feel you next to me. Passenger seat through subterranean tunnels of NYC, thieved flowers from trellises and throw pillows stolen. And ever since that hookah spot, you've been looking at me like you want to inhale, like we could derail, like you want to saddle me like mechanical bucking bull. Your body gives pull, because you most definitely want to hop up on this ride. See, I'm just a bachelor. I'm looking for a partner, someone who knows how to ride without even falling off. Gotta be compatible. Takes me to my limits. Girl, when I break you off, I promise that you won't wanna get off. You're on it, let's do it. Ride it, my pony, my saddle's waiting. So come and jump on it. If you're on it, let's do it. Ride it, my pony, my saddle's waiting. So come and jump on it. I mean, you see me perform on the stage once or twice. Now let me magic Mike you tonight, boo. This private show almost home. We crossed the border back into Jersey, not far from your place, tracing circles in the palm of my hand with her nail. And you know what they say about that. She been on that Blackstreet Foxy shit. Ooh, baby, gotta get you home with me tonight. Uh-oh. Getting close to the Google Maps destination. Still, she asked if we could play some slow jams, because she says she wants some Marvin Gaye, some Luther Vandross, a little Anita. Would definitely set this party off right. So as the music plays, we're improvising and jazz mining, no half timing or flat lining. I know she vegan, but she told me she wants the meat tonight. And it doesn't matter if we hit your place or mine. I'll hit every spot shivering, tongue delivering, chills up that spine. That ass is mine. So girl, just come closer before you plan to drop to your knees. Yo, come closer, come closer. And I just can't pull myself away under a spell I can't break. I just can't stop. I just can't stop. And so I don't. As she grabs me by the throat, and next I know we necking. I'm pressing lips to that pulsing terminal, teeth on jugular, vampirical. Move my tongue to her ear and hear her moan loud and clear. Makes me salivate, my lower brain pulsate as I grab her nape of neck and press my tongue into every soft precipice. If her body be trellis, then I'm the vine, and divine as I find every pink pleasure center, cause I got to get it. You won't forget it. Kiss you under your navel. I go where he won't go. Oh, I got to get it. Just let me hit it. I kiss the lips under the navel, and I bet he won't go out. Listen, baby, I could be a better man, better yet, a gentleman. I'll fly you to Japan and back again. I spend a week in Puerto Rico. Baby, wait till I'm finito, cause I'm feeling, and I gotta get a hit of you. What's up? Come on, I like the fuck. I got to figure out if you're down, because consent means a lot to me. So honestly, need confirmation before we barrel past that barricade, the threshold where flesh holds all secrets to pleasures, treasure chest, your shell to shuck, your pearl, these keys kept beneath those jeans, looking good, pretty tight. Tell me, is there any more room for me? Still perplexed, like, ooh, my, tell me, how did you get that in those jeans? Before we can even stumble inside to find out, she's crying to let me in, soaking through and drenching skin. And I won't knock, won't ring no bells. You just float that bottom up in the air, and I'll get you hot. I know you oh so well. And when I walk in, all that I wanna hear is you say, Daddy's home, home for me. And I know you've been waiting for this loving all day. So we leave the car in park on start. Our engine's too hot in this moment. Don't matter if someone stole it. Insurance exists for that. So I'm going in because Papa coming over to give you that raw. Your favorite position is from the back door. Girl, you know the drill. Don't ask no questions. You already know. Throw pillows thrown, preparing throne for coronation, eyes closed and ohms moaned like carnal meditation, ascended to higher states, and her third eye rolls back while I'm in that downward doggy style, hiding bone inside so deep in the midst of first session before we even finish, ready for seconds. She left in Savasana, but we reincarnate into melded bodies pressed as vice grips so drenched I slip, but that's just opportunity to slap that clit with tip like a trained percussionist hitting drum kit circumference of your cum drip and floods lips. And I don't give a flying 747 fuck about your neighbors. I want them to know my government name like it's their own heartbeat. So say my name, say my name. More like scream that shit till you have no voice left. Better yet, they can just call me Poppy like you do. That gush gush, that feet curl shit, that toes gone hinge, arms extend like warrior one towards ceiling fan. And I am your biggest fan, because although we done already blessed every flat and standing surface in this 2-bedroom flat, the plan has always been to grab tight to whatever you can, because it's hard to do these things alone. And although we're already here, as you cry out for God, scrape and claw, just hold on, because we're coming home. But you're not coming home alone.
Throw some finger snaps up into the webcam for Paul con queso, our honey trap. We got you. You're going to be back here next Thursday or Monday. We got you with our honey trap, Paul con queso. Go give him a follow. Get that information for his workshop. He's got his hands in a bunch of different cookie jars, man. You know what I mean? So make sure, and he's finding his way in between his community, because there's a lot of people doing a lot of different things. And he's making his own path, doing things his own way. I appreciate him. And the hair too, man, right? His hair is on point. A lot of people's hair is on point, including, I don't think I mentioned Whitney Salgado when I shouted people out. I always do this to this poor woman. And she is super talented, man. Go follow her at Whittsel, WHITTSL. Yo, and she did this drawing of me when I had my beard, like I'm immortalized. I'm gonna get it hung into the New Eurekan Poets Cafe. Gonna hang it up there, man. Oh, make sure you give her a follow. and give her support. That poor woman is in Wisconsin, home of the Green Bay Packers. I feel for her, man. I feel for her. I don't think she's a Green Bay Packers fan, but I'm afraid to ask her because I like her and I don't want her to say the wrong answer. Okay, next coming up, Ray Camacho. Ray is still relatively new to the community, but he's already become a mainstay. He's come to some of the live events we've done. He's on the Monday night and the Thursday night. He is just all over the place. When I did my erotic mic, he came through, and he killed it. This dude is awesome. Y'all gonna love him. Ray, let the people know where they can find you online, and then the floor is yours.
Thank you, Dad. You can find me at Ray Did This on IG. I post daily micro poetry. I have 2 pieces. One of them is a micro poem, and it's not about Paul, and there's no singing. Okay. Waking up, wishing I could have slept between your legs rather than sleeping alone again. And this poem, this next one is called Tell Me Again. And this is why I keep your ass on red, bringing other men into my bed. Motherfucker, I gave you my dog. You're the one who painted the walls in your blood. Ray did this, and I'm the one who had to clean it up. You get to go away back to your family, and I get an eviction notice because I couldn't afford to repay what you destroyed. Yet here you are, calling me day after day, over a year later, just to say hey. And they wonder why I don't fuck with anybody. They wonder why my DMs are empty. And they wonder why I didn't leave your ass years ago. 8 years of my life, worshiping a man, lathering his body in the oils of our ancestors. Ashe for his beauty, but beauty only goes skin deep, like the knife you held against my throat. You're smothering me. Over a year later, and you're still smothering me, and I still can't breathe, and your hands aren't even on me. Why couldn't I leave? And today I wait 6 feet and wilted, waiting for you to return. Pull me out like a weed in your garden. I need your hands. I need your sex. Shove it down my throat again, all the way to infinity and way back when. Fuck. I hate these fantasies in my head because they were the only because these were the only moments where you said I love you. These were the only moments you treated me like I was your partner and not your pet. 8 years. 8 years of my mouth being so full of your dick that I wasn't even allowed to eat at the dinner table. And in those moments, I never questioned anything, never questioned every seed of the seeds you planted inside me. They bloomed and I stayed a broken man. Today, I will pick up my own roots, blossom. So don't ask me why, when you leave me voicemails of lies. Tell me again how much you love me and how much I mean to you. Make up for those 8 years of domestic abuse so that the old Ray can die and this new Ray can fly. And this new Ray can say, our relationship was good enough. Well, good enough ain't shit. Your dick ain't shit. You didn't even know how to fuck me anyway because I was doing all the work. So fuck you. Fuck your sickle cell too, and give me back my fucking dog. Thank you.
Let's get some finger snaps to Ray Camacho. Don't touch his dog. We know not to touch his dog. I love the coquille in the background, the noise. And then Ray is so Nuyorican. He's such a Puerto Rican in New York. You know what I mean? The mannerisms, the words, and I love it. He's such a Nuyorican. At Ray Did This. And then I always wondered, what did your handle mean, Ray? At Ray Did This. And then you put it, the way you put that in the poem, oh, you sick, demented human being. I love it. I love you. Better not leave this community, Ray. Really? Yeah, Ray. Anything else you want to share with the community before we move forward? Let them know.
The only thing I want to share is to the other poets. I hear you. I see you. I love you. Keep doing your thing. Ashe.
Thank you, Ray. At Ray did this, Ray Camacho. Look at that. He went savage and then nice. It's like, I'm not going to do that to y'all. Just don't touch my dog. Yo, I'm a dog man too, man. I know how it is. Next coming up, Karen Schlesinger. I hope I said her name right. And last I remember, Karen, she does comedy. I don't know what she's got for us today. I'm trying to unmute her. Do you see it, Karen? I'm asking to unmute. Is the button coming through?
Yes, can you hear me?
I hear you now. Tell me, Karen, what do we got from you? Because I'm not usually here on Thursday nights, and it's the only time I've seen you. Are we getting comedy? We getting poetry?
For a long time. But anyway, my name is Karen, but I'm not a Karen. Well, I don't think I'm a Karen. I have to think about that. But anyway, I do sit-down comedy. I don't do stand-up. I wanted to do stand-up, but I waited so long to retire from teaching. I can't stand up that long. Now people are telling me, stand up. The pandemic is over. You can do stand-up. But I don't do sit-down because of the pandemic or doing Zoom. I do because I'm old now. Well, anyway, today I want to talk about devices. I mean, where would we be without our devices? First came the iPod. This is a really old iPod, okay? I got this at a teacher's workshop, and it really came in handy when I split up with my second husband. So much easier than with my first husband. We fought over whose album it was. I mean, if Rubber Soul has Joey and Karen written on it, chances are it's mine, right? Not so easy. He wanted to know where his copy was then. Anyway, as I was saying, much easier the second time around. I just loaded all our CDs onto an iPad, all 3,500 songs. I left him with the actual CDs. It was hard leaving all five copies of Joni Mitchell's Blue, but hey, at the time it was just hard leaving. So by now, you know what a music fanatic I am. And that's how I wound up being one of the first owners of an iPhone. When I found out that I could have my phone and my iPod on one device, I got rid of that flip phone as fast as you could say lots of money. And hey, what did we do before email? It's hard to remember actually writing letters and looking things up in dictionaries and encyclopedias. It's a little scary sometimes though. Like the other day, I got an email from the Gap. It had actual pictures of the items I just bought. Nightwear and underwear and things like that. Creepy. The only thing weirder would have been if they had pictures of me in those things. During the lockdown, I bit the bullet and started paying bills online. It was spooky. I kept imagining that I would press pay this bill, and a 2021 version of Hal from A Space Odyssey would say, I'm sorry, I can't do that, Karen. And so now we come to the current love of my life, my Apple Watch. I wasn't always this old, you know. I had to get this way. It takes time. And during that time, even though I stopped growing vertically, I started growing horizontally, especially around my middle. Everyone said what I needed to do was walk and count my steps. So I started doing that with my phone. You know what happened? I kept losing my phone. And let's face it, if steps aren't recorded, they don't count. When you get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, if you don't take your watch or your phone with you, those steps don't count. So I have my Apple Watch, and it's so much more than a watch. I have a Cartier for that. Second husband. I can talk on my Apple Watch like Dick Tracy. I can text, email, receive all kinds of alerts, set an alarm or a timer, get directions, take a look at photos, set and be coached to achieve standing, moving, exercise, and step goals. It even plays music for me. So I don't know where I would be without my devices, but I'm sure glad I don't have to find out. And remember, you should have your devices. They should not have you. Right, Alexa?
Those are finger snaps in the webcam for Karen. Oh, I haven't heard Karen in months. I just thought it was because I was missing her on Thursday nights. Guess she hasn't been around. Oh, isn't that so wonderful? I love it. I love it. And like, and you know what it is too, is like she's self-deprecating, but you could like it's not like she hates herself. Yeah, you know, there's just something like there's like an acceptance about it that allows us to all enjoy it. I don't know. I can't do comedy. I think comedy is the most difficult of all the spoken words. I can't do stand up. I can't do sit down either. You know, I can get away with jokes because it's like I'm hosting a poetry show. You don't necessarily expect humor, right? But when you're talking about, yeah, I'm a stand up comedian, like you really have to show and prove. Karen did that. Oh, wait, Karen, let me unmute you. Is there some place you would like the people to follow you online? No.
Nowhere. I'm just
Oh,
wherever I feel like being at the time. Thank you.
dodging that possible third husband. I got you. I'm joking. Karen Schlesinger, please do not be a stranger, Catherine. You're Karen. Please do not be a stranger, Karen. You're awesome. Karen Schlesinger. I love it. Okay, next coming up, we are down to our last five. Miro's been moved into the guaranteed list because we had someone come off. And now we have Kyla Garcia, aka Tukaya. Let me unmute her. Ooh, loving the nose ring. And I usually don't like people with a nose ring. You are rocking it really well, Kyla. It is a pleasure to meet you. I know that there is an event that we can't tell people is going to happen sometime, I think in the fall or something. We're not going to say that Roz is putting it together, but I heard that you are in it. So I am excited to hear your poetry. Where can the people find you online? And then let's hear the fire.
Well, first of all, I'm coming at you from Salish Kootenai Flathead Land in Montana. And I'm going to drop my info in the chat. Also, Tukaya is the Taino word for star. So the first piece I'm going to share has some Taino words in it. Our elders are currently rebuilding our language, but I wanted to add some Taino to the list of other languages you've had here. So the first piece is solstice. Mabrika, mystical mother moon. On the longest day of the year, your tides are spilling over, transmuting every fear. Mystical mother Luna, you are my North Star. Whispering like honey, recuerda who you are. The light of Father Sol reminds us to stay bright, para siempre shining effortless even in the dead of night. I am a tiny, tiny semilla planted in this blessed earth. Madre Tierra teaches me how to give and allow birth. How lucky we are, she bravely keeps on spinning, never getting dizzy, always learning, always winning. We were born here to go higher, to kiss tu rey, Father Sky, to surrender el futuro, y pointless preguntas like how and why. The only time is now, the only place today, a home for every blessing, precious Atabe. That's number one. And number two, this is some new shit that came to me this morning while looking at the lake. I really wish I could turn my screen because the sun is red right now and I want y'all to see it, but I'm just gonna channel it for you. And I'm gonna hold this puppy while I do so. Come here, sweet love. Okay. I used to be a mermaid, unencumbered in the sea, but I got tired of saving sailors who love to watch me bleed. I used to be a mermaid, salt water I could breathe, traversing endless depths, making friends with anemones. I frolicked with the fish, a kaleidoscope of color on their skin, learned how to move forward from the sharks. The Mako whispered, "You'll die if you don't swim." I fell in love with an anglerfish, could only see his light. Dagger teeth liar dragged me to the bottom without a fight. When you fall in love with potential, you set yourself up to fail. He caught me when I was sleeping, ended up in a fisherman's pail. A miracle must have taken me there, back up to the world of men. Thought I was dreaming on the surface when a wise old witch became my friend. Her gray ropes of hair fell past her hips, mingling with the water. The dock she sat on was splintered, but her papery skin was resilient, unbothered. We looked at each other in silence, felt like peering into a mirror. Then she said, Moonbeam, the time has come for you to see clearer. How she knew my name, I didn't overthink right then. Just listened as she offered a spell to help me begin again. You can go back to your home, but a mergirl you'll no longer be. I'll make you a phoenix of the sea, because the time has come for you to be free and grow stronger. Why, soul, what do you speak of? How do I become this so-called phoenix of the sea? Simple, child. All it requires is you give your broken heart to me. How do I live without her? I asked this regal Baba Yaga-like queen. If you give me one, I'll give you three, and you'll become the Hecate of the watery unseen. Who would say no to an instant healing of their exhausted, weary heart? Who could pass up a once-in-a-lifetime chance to hit restart? So I let her change me in what some would call a monster. And I'm not talking about no crustaceans. I didn't emerge as a giant lobster. I transformed into a cephalopod with my brain wrapped around my throat, my voice forever connected to my mind, no longer saving men tripping out of boats. Now I've got 8 never-ending arms to wrap around myself, to hug and comfort the parts lovers let gather dust on shipwrecked shelves. Superpower camouflage, no more seashell bra and shiny tail standing out for them to find me. I don't even have bones anymore. Nothing left to break with this new heart times 3. Now I'm able to carry anything with 280 suckers per arm. A giant Pacific octopus. I'm finally free from the real sucker's harm. No longer bound by iron, copper flows to make my new blood cold and blue. The wild woman healed me. Barter what's broken, and she'll heal you too.
Ooh, throw some finger snaps up in the webcam for Dugaya. Oh my God. I love Wild Woman. Amanda just put in the chat, Wild Woman. That's how I feel. It's like, oh wow, I so love it. Like it just feels like you're educated by nature and blessed by nature and one with nature and a roommate with nature and mothered by nature and raised by nature, and you're raising it. Oh, I so love it. I so you better not be a stranger. I don't know what your life is like, but listen, Monday nights I host the open mic, so you're gonna have to give up your Monday nights and come hang out with us, okay? I don't care. I don't even care if Mother Nature's calling. You're gonna be like, no, not on Monday nights. All right, you give Mother Nature every night of the week, but Mondays you need to come. One last time, where can the people follow you online?
At Kylark on Instagram, kylagarcia.com. And if you guys have time, please check out the link I dropped. I started a campaign for Every Child Matters for our Indigenous relatives in Canada. Thank you to Paul Conqueso for sharing it, to Roz for sharing it. If you guys have time, please share the post on my Instagram. It's a t-shirt that I designed. It just says Every Child Matters, and on the back, Decolonize Canada. And 100% of the proceeds goes toward Inspire, which is an Indigenous run nonprofit. And their goal is to have every Indigenous student graduate within a generation to heal the damage of the residential schools. There's so much work to be done, but this is a tiny little seed that we can plant and grow together. So please click that link. Hahom. So much love to all the poets. And thank you, Advocate, for stepping in tonight. You're rocking it, and it's so nice to meet you.
Thank you, Kyla. Appreciate that. Go give her a follow. She's all kinds of awesome. I love it. And I'm sorry, I don't like nose rings. So if I could like a nose ring, then that means someone's special. She is rocking it very well, by the way. And the long, lovely hair. Everyone's got nice hair tonight, man. I should have done my hair. What am I doing? All right. Next coming up, Generalissimo. Shout out to Lawrence D. He was here earlier and then he left and he came back checking us out. I see you, Lawrence. Appreciate you. Let me unmute Generalissimo, who recently was on a live stage. Congratulations, getting back out into the world, brother. Let the people know they can follow you online and let's hear your poetry.
I was on a live stage both Sunday and Tuesday. And Takaya, I want to tell you that I'm madly in love with your puppy. That puppy is just the sweetest thing I've ever seen. So, you know what? While this was going on, I was really thinking about coming down to New York and reading on a stage. And so I wrote this little haiku that's entitled, "No matter how soft I say my words, I always scream." I think if I scream on a New York stage, I may never leave. I have two poems. The first is called "Why I Got a Ticket for Loitering While Running a Marathon." From now on, I will write every poem I write as one continuous long sentence, despite conventional rules of grammar defining such sentences as run-on sentences when instead of running, they are lingering and loitering, waiting to get ticketed by a beat cop, monitoring for punctuation and capitalization and too many conversational ends when I should be listing with commas, but will I get arrested for using the final comma before the end? And I want to know who came up with these arbitrary rules that can turn an A- to a B+ for a straight A student, driving the student to a conniption fit or temper tantrum or verbal diatribe that will get the student sent to a guidance counselor that really wants to be a therapist and is secretly a poet who has been published in several journals and anthologies with poems that exclusively qualify as extended run-on sentences. And my next poem, Why Sophia Can't Get Enough of Marrakesh. You find an obscure poetry journal from Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, with a cover photo of an abstract sculpture implanted in the desert amongst alien rock formations. You read a poem on page 23 whose syllabic rhythm skips to a beat like a shiny slick rock, skips across a lake on a lazy summer day. You imagine a poet reading the poem backed by a man slowly plucking strings on a solid wood upright bass shaped like a voluptuous woman. You find yourself snapping your fingers and tapping your feet to the poem as if it were a song that gets stuck in your head. It's hooked in your thoughts, repeating to a beat, till you find yourself in a dingy basement jazz joint tucked away near bleaker streets. And you think about that poem you read and that hole in the wall coffee shop run by a man from Morocco where tea is served and metal adorned glass cups with fresh mint leaves, and coffee is brewed with water infused with mace, cardamom, and cinnamon from Ceylon. There is a sign near the antique brass cash register. If you want whipped cream with coffee, go to Starbucks. It never fails to make you laugh, letting the man from Morocco know his sense of humor has found your sense of humor's G-spot. So you sit at a tiny wobbly wooden table, gripping your scotch on the rocks. The ice jingles against the glass. The man on the upright bass shaped like Sophia Loren plucks at the strings, setting a beat for a drummer to tap his skins and cymbals with feathered sticks. A woman pulls the slide on her trombone. Her cheeks expand to full bullfrog, then she exhales into brass. You sip your scotch. Your throat is bathed in warmth. You open your eyes to witness a trio of noises that is nothing less than poetry. Gracias, everyone.
Let's get some finger snaps up into our webcams for Generalissimo, Brian Franco. I
have some announcements.
Okay, of course. Let it be known.
Okay, so announcement number
Wait,
one.
be honest before you begin. Hold on. Before you begin, be honest. Did Marissa Prada hit you up in the DM saying, don't forget the announcements?
I I wasn't looking at
Okay,
anything.
okay.
I'm sorry, no,
Shout
don't
out to
worry.
Marissa Prada. Go ahead, Jerrylissimo.
Of course, next Monday, starting at the doors open at 5:30, but from 5:45 to 7:45 is my pre-New Year event called Cafe Generalissimo. It is a loosey-goosey casual open mic. Anyone can come and read their poetry, because poetry is sustenance, as long as your poetry is nice, not mean, discriminatory, or phobic, or anything that is offensive. And we can all have a good old-fashioned time just enjoying poetry. And I'm putting that in the chat now. Also, next Tuesday is going to be a launch for the Moonstone Arts Center 25th Annual Poetry Inc. Anthology, which I am in. I'm going to put that in the chat after I put this in the chat. And all that information is up there. And then, of course, on the 24th of this month, the day before my birthday, I'm going to be doing a workshop with Humble Words called Breaking Rules and Inventing New Poetic Forms. And that night will be my birthday party with my Siamese twin, 15 years younger than me, Miss Marissa Prada. So she might be more than 15 years younger than me. I haven't really discussed her real age with her. So thank you, everyone. And let's hear some lovely new poetry.
Jerrylissimo, make sure you give that dude a follow, especially since he has to deal with a Packers fan and Marissa Prada. She's sending me hate DMs in the Zoom chat. Don't mess with the host. Even Aaron Rodgers wants to leave your team. Okay, Angel Songcatcher Mosuko. I do not see him, so hit me up if you are here. So we are going to go once again. We are going to cross the border. You don't even need a passport with us. That's how we are at the New Year. We are free people. We go where we want. We going north of the border to Canada with Jody Ortega. Jody, I haven't heard you in a while. How are you? Let the people know where they can find you. And then let's hear your poetry.
You can find me on Don't Run Baby Girl on Instagram. And, I've been coming to the open mics for just over a year now. And Advocate, La Bruja, Roz, Marissa, Elemental, Paul, so many others. Writers, artists, poets, we are essential. Not once during this pandemic have I asked an accountant to entertain me. So thank you. This has been an amazing evening. This piece is actually by Gil Scott-Heron, and it's been on my mind this week. It's called Whitey on the Moon. It was inspired by some Whiteys on the moon, so I want to give credit where credit is due. Ready? A rat done bit my sister Nell with Whitey on the moon. Her face and arms began to swell, and Whitey's on the moon. I can't pay my doctor bills, but Whitey's on the moon. And 10 years now, I'll be paying still while Whitey's on the moon. The man just upped my rent last night because Whitey's on the moon. No hot water, no toilets, no lights. But hey, Whitey's on the moon. I wonder why he's upping me. Because Whitey's on the moon? I was already giving him $50 a week with Whitey on the moon. Taxes taking my whole damn check. Junkies making me a nervous wreck. The price of food is going up. And as if all that shit wasn't enough, a rat done bit my sister Nell with Whitey on the moon. And her face and arms began to swell, but hey, Whitey's on the moon. Shit. Was all that money I made last year for Whitey on the moon? How come I've got no money here? Whitey's on the moon. I think I'll send these doctor bills air mail special to Whitey on the moon. Thank you.
What a way to end it. Throw some snaps into the webcam for Jody.
Thank you, everyone.
Oh my God. I want everyone to share with our open mic tonight, man, because right now, you know, that Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson somewhere right now is having a fever fit. He's having a nightmare with this poem, but I love it. Jody Ortega. Wait, Jody, you muted yourself too quickly. One more time, let the people know where they can find you online.
Yes, Instagram at Don't Run Baby Girl. And can I say really quickly, I am still recovering from Tukaya's offering. So amazing. Yes, we are essential. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Jody. Jody Ortega. Oh, I love this community. Okay, Miro's the last one on the guaranteed list, and then we only have Julia Matthews and Rifki who are on the waiting list. We got 14 minutes, so hopefully we can get through everyone. Let us get to Miro. We got 3 people. Where's Miro? I've seen. Oh, there she is. Hollywood blonde Miro.
Hi. I did not think I was gonna be here this evening, or like I didn't think I was gonna read, so I'm honored. Thank you. And I'm coming at you from inside my bed. So, I wrote this last week when I was home alone and having wine alone. So it was like stream of consciousness. It's short, and I'll just do it. 2 glasses of reds got my brain moving in slow motion, warm inside, elixir drifting through veins. I sway to the smooth sound of glass animals. I only know 2 of their songs. Head loose, mind wanders to things I shouldn't be thinking about my friends. Like, I wonder how big dick is. Distracted by the screen, and now I've forgotten the word I wanted to pen next. Friday never used to mean much, but as I dance past the cat taking a swipe at me in an empty house filled with marvelous things, I kind of want to be out, somewhere loud, somewhere crowded, a body against mine, undulating with the music and a glass of something nearby. Thank you.
Those are finger snaps for Miro. Miro's such a poet. Such a poet. I love a poet's poet. I love it. I love it. Miro has also put together an anthology that includes many people from our community. One more time, Miro, where can people find you and all your good stuff?
I'm on Miro. Sorry. Obviously, I was not ready to speak this evening. I'm on IG, Miro Reads Books. I'll put it in the chat. And if you're so inclined, you're welcome to purchase my Our collective, my brainchild, Our collective anthology, Love Letters to Gaia, on Boo, Amazon Boo.
Yes, go check that out. Miro Reads Books on Instagram. That was Miro. She is awesome, man. She, like I said, she is a prime example of why I tell people to build with the community, reach out to them, follow them, because people are doing so many different things. Like, you know, Marissa Prada, she is trying to work off her sins of being a Green Bay Packers fan. So she does a lot of open mics and she publishes a lot of authors. You need to go follow her. You know what I'm saying? Like we did also Trisha De Jesus, Finn Bell, she does stuff like, need to go follow these people, man. Check out what they're doing. Work off them sins, Marissa. Work off them sins. You do not mess with the host. Julian Matthews is next. And Julian, so I think he's from Malaysia. I think he said in the chat he sent to me. We're gonna find out. Julian, where are you located?
I'm located in Malaysia.
Oh, awesome. What time is it over there right now?
Right now it's 11:19 in the morning.
Oh, okay. 12-hour difference. Have you ever been on one of our open mics before?
Yeah, but always on the reserve list.
Oh, so we got to you. That's what's up. I'm happy. Okay, Julian, you saw how we do. Let the people know they can find you online, and then let's hear your poetry.
You can find me on #Julian's Poem. So this is called Bringing Up Bodies from Unmarked Graves. Shout out to Kyla. Epigraph. The only crime we committed as children was being born indigenous. We will find more bodies, and we will not stop until all our children are found. Chief Bobby Cameron, Federation of Sovereign Indian Nations. Hey Google, define unmarked, not marked or bearing identifying marking. When they bring up the bodies from unmarked graves, will you see the scarring of their raw flesh? Will you feel the violation of their fragile frame? Will you smell the branding of their pink tongue? Will you hear their muffled cries alone in the dark, night after night? When they bring up the bodies from unmarked graves in Canada, will you think of the children in every other former colony, every conflict zone, every disputed territory, every refugee camp, every squatter slum, every logged rainforest, every place you entered, every patch of land you exploited? Will you think of the children in your city, town, suburb, neighborhood, your next door neighbor's children, the children in your own home tonight? Hey Google, define indigenous, originating or occurring naturally in a particular place, native. When they bring up the bodies of children from unmarked graves, will you Google their names, their tribes, their culture, their claims? Will you apologize for the desecration of your forefathers? Will you forgive the sins of your fathers and mothers? Will you start the healing of generation upon generation of unprocessed pain? Will you break the chain of trauma over trauma? Will you see through this insanity? Will you end it all here? Hey Google, define bring up. Look after a child until it's an adult. When they bring up the bodies of children from unmarked graves, will you uncover their white bones stained with your guilt and fear and shame? Will you unearth only shadows that their beautiful, warm souls left behind? Will you expose their hopes, their dreams, their truth in the sun, all they could have become? Will you see the sparkle of their eyes in your own children's eyes? Will you hear their peals of laughter, their playful shouts of joy, their mighty hearts still singing, still singing?
Let's get some finger in the snaps into the webcam for Julian. Oh, Julian, wait, wait, Julian, I lost him on my camera. Oh, all right, he may have turned his camera. Oh, there he goes, there you go. Julian, I lost you on my camera for a second. Thank you so much for sharing. You know,
Thank you.
One of the great things, like, about the internet, we're trying to like simulate a real in-person open mic. One of the things is we like poets who are genuine, and you were so genuine in your poetry. And one of the things I love about poets is like we tend to have extra nerves. I feel like we feel things in the world, and I felt like you weren't just writing that for brownie points. Like it really affected you, and it touched you, and I so appreciate that. Especially with our culture over here, we know something about our indigenous children being in unmarked graves. So like, I know the community was really touched by that. Julian, please do not be a stranger. You are always welcome here. Make sure you read the chat too. People are saying great things about you. I appreciate your vulnerability. And one more time, where can we find you online?
It's hashtag Julian's poem.
Julian's poem?
Poem, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Julian. I'm so happy we got to you. Julian Matthews. Yes, it is difficult to get on our open mic list. Of course, like we're cognizant of the popularity, which we love, right? Like that's what we're aiming for. So I'm sorry it took this long to get you on, Julian. I'm glad we were able to get you on. Okay, we are at the end of the waiting list. We're getting everyone on. We are going to finish it strong. And now coming to the mic is Rivki Spivak. Did I say that right? I'm always okay.
It's actually Elijah Spivak. It's my son. It's his poetry. So Thursday night we do poetry night, and it's a big deal because he gets to be big boy up. And it's the one environment where he likes curse words, so he gets to hear it in a positive environment. You know, we're making it work.
I love you, Mom. You rock, Mom. Okay, awesome.
He rocks. So last time he didn't yet read it. He is reading. So we're gonna try 1 or 2 words. Do you want me to read it, or you want to try to read the first sentence?
I want you to read it.
Okay, so he wants me to read it, but he can read.
Can you read the poem on the phone now?
Okay, please don't put your nose. Yes, so I'm gonna read it. And Elijah's poem, this one is a poem. It doesn't have a name for this one, right? It's your 7th poem. Elijah's poem is your neshama. Your neshama means soul in Hebrew. Your neshama is a big surprise. It's a present to your heart. Even if you're dead, our selves are still alive in your soul. Even though if your brain clicks, it means that an injury in your brain, it's okay. It's part of being a 6.5-year-old. It's not part of being a baby. Part of being a baby is crying. Part of being a kid is crying. I know you're trying to lie. Don't lie. It's because that makes your soul harder to breathe. Your heart dusted away from your mind. Even if you are sad or something, hug yourself. The end. Elijah, I'm gonna snap for you. This is
Throw
awesome.
some snaps into the webcam for Elijah.
Can I read your next poem? The next poem Elijah just wrote recently, it's called I Scream My Words Out. And it says, it's like when you yell yourself out, it's healthy. Always be yourself and be different like everyone else is. It's very healthy to be like that. It's like you're having your toy in a box. Turn your heart into a wave that has love. And that's that poem. Beautiful, Elijah.
One more time, let's get some finger snaps into the webcam for Elijah.
Amazing.
Mom's
And then,
excellent
what's up?
job.
Elijah is an amazing, amazing poet. And this last poem he wrote some time ago, and it's the one that we didn't read the last time, and he really loves it. It's called The Life of Heart of Sparkle Life. Can I read it? Okay. So
I want to read it.
You want to read it? Okay, go ahead.
It's too hard. You.
It's too, okay, but we're gonna try next time, right?
Okay.
Okay. So your nature is always different by your nature called dreamland. So all your nature and dreamland looks really dreamy a little bit. But also your nature will look very dreamy if you don't dream. You gotta dream. But dreamland connects to your nature. Your nature is a forest. Also, you will stay good and healthy if you will let your heart stay good and healthy and stay like your heart is. And don't worry, your heart will be purple. But also, I could make all your dreamlands called meditating lands. It's a land where you meditate and say, Om. But don't worry, everything will help you in dreamland all day and night. Yes, your dreamland is going to be on. Done. The end. And that's this poems for tonight, right, Elijah?
Thank you, Elijah. Thank you, Mom.
Thank you so much.
Make sure you guys
so
read
healthy
the
for him.
comments.
What? Oh, absolutely.
Make sure you read the comments. Thank you.
Oh,
snap.
my gosh.
I love this community. It is awesome. Shout out to Elijah, man, writing them poems. Appreciate it. Remember, we will be back here next Thursday. La Bruja will be hosting, of course, as she always does. Let me make sure spotlight. There we go. As she always does. She was a little under the weather. You can follow her at La Bruja NYC. Of course, this Monday, I am hosting at 8 p.m. Eastern. There is a conspiracy conspiracy at the New York, and I am going to talk about it on Monday. There's a few of them, but there's one in particular that we're going to get to. So, shout out to La Bruja, like I said, at La Bruja NYC. Check me out at Advocate of Words. And because I don't get to do this anymore, because I have other people doing it, I'm gonna end it with my little poem called Good Night, Sweet Poet. Good night, sweet poet. Thank you for sharing what you've written. Good night, sweet poet. Thank you for taking the time to listen. Good night, sweet poet. May your dream be as imaginative as tonight's poems and songs and comedy routines. Good night, sweet poet. Thank you for inviting the spirit of Miguel Agarin into your home. This has been the Thursday night online open mic presented by the Nuyorican Poets Cafe, normally hosted by La Bruja, but hosted by me, Advocate of Words. It has been such a great pleasure tonight. I love hanging out with y'all. Enjoy your weekend. Remember, shout out to my co-host, Paul Conqueso. Give him a follow this Saturday. He has his workshop. Go follow him, get that information. And Packers suck.